Are you using PDF command to generate your PDF file in SAP? Are you generating multiple PDFs every single day and you are looking to automate the process? Then this video is for you. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I will walk you through the process of automating the extraction of multiple PDFs from SAP using Excel VBA. By the end of this video, not only will you understand how to achieve this automation, but you will also gain insights into the entire thought process behind developing such a solution. In this case study, we will focus on the transaction VA03 as our example. VA03 is a transaction code used in SAP for displaying sales order. During this video, we will be saving the PDFs for the 3 sales order in the list. Let us dive right in. Before we start, there's an important thing that you need to take note of. Please ensure that the script recording and playback feature is enabled in your SAP GUI. If the button is disabled, it means that your company's administrator has disabled scripting for end users, and unfortunately, you will not be able to proceed. Additionally, if you are using SAP Logon 7.7 and above, navigate to Options, Interaction Design, Control Settings, and under HTML control, browser control, make sure to change it into Internet Explorer. Once you have this set up, we are good to go. To begin, we will utilize the scripting tracker to record our script. If you're new to this software, you can check out my previous video where I provide a quick overview about this tool. Alternatively, you can use the native script recorder that comes with SAP GUI. In the scripting tracker, click on the scan icon, then navigate to the Recorder tab. Switch the language to VBA and VBS, and start recording the steps. Now, let me guide you through the typical steps involved in extracting a sales order PDFs. First, we will enter the VA03 transaction and input the sales order number. Once the sales order is displayed, we will obtain the print preview. Then, using the PDF exclamation command, we will generate the sales order PDF. We will explore how Excel VBA can interact with the PDF viewer in the video later. Since we want to generate PDFs for multiple sales orders, we need to return to the VA03 main page so that by the end of the script, the next sales order can be entered and displayed. Once we have these steps completed, we will have the base code for our script. Now let us switch to Excel and develop our solution according to our specific requirements. To access the VBA editor, click on the Developer tab and then select Visual Basic. If you do not see the Developer tab here, you can enable it through the Excel settings. I have a step-by-step guide in my channel that shows you how to do it at the top right-hand corner. Once you are in the VBA editor, insert a module for the workbook. Next, we need to enable the SAP GUI Scripting API. Click on Tools, then References, and then click on Browse. Navigate to the SAP GUI directory. Change the file type to .ocx file, and then look for SAP fewse.ocx. Click on Open, and now you have it enabled. With the setup completed, let me quickly write a boilerplate code for our template. This template is generally applicable to all SAP GUI script in Excel VBA. Once the standard template is in place, we will paste in the recorded code. Then we will isolate the section of the code where the loop needs to happen. To ensure clarity, let me add some comments to explain each step of the script. Additionally, we will declare some variables that we will use throughout the process. To get the full range of cells containing the sales order list, we will need to find the last row of the list. Then, we will wrap the code section within a for loop, iterating from row number 2 to the last row of the list. Within the loop, for each iteration, we will retrieve the sales order number based on the value I. We will replace the line where the sales order number is entered into the script with the current SO variable. Oh, by the way, quick announcement. I'm thinking of creating a comprehensive course on the fundamentals of SAP Scripting and VBA. This course is designed to equip you with the skills and knowledge you need to kickstart your SAP Scripting journey and revolutionize your work processes. But here's the catch. I want to ensure that this course meets your needs and expectations, and that is why I need your input. If you are interested in joining this learning experience, simply click on the link provided in the video description box below. It will take you to a form where you can register your interest by providing your name, your email address, and what you are trying to get out from this course. By registering your interest, you will be among the first to know when the course is ready. Thank you for your support, and let us dive right back in. Let us move on to developing the PDF saving step. We will go back to SAP and identify the element ID for the PDF viewer using the Scripting Tracker Analyzer. Once we have the element ID, we can assign it to the container variable. It is time for some testing to see if our code works. I will use the watch window to verify if the current SO variable correctly receives the value and examine the available properties of the container element. Using the step into function, we will go through the script step by step. We can see that the current SO variable now is set to 5370, which corresponds to the first sales order in our list. Once we have assigned the container variable, we can explore the different properties available in the element that we can leverage on. If we examine the browser handle property, we will see the location URL and location name properties. They provide information about the directory for the PDF file. So this is how it works. When the PDF command is executed, a PDF file is created in a temporary folder. All we need to do now is to copy the PDF file created by SAP to our desired destination folder. To accomplish this, we will use the built-in file copy function in VBA. The file copy function requires two arguments, the source file and the destination file path. The location URL and location name provide the necessary information for the source file to be copied from, but we will need to manipulate the string to make it compatible with the file copy function. Let us see what is happening in the first place. Now this is the location URL. This is the string that we get when we input container.browserhandle.locationURL. If you refer back to the watch window, you can see how the hierarchy is being structured, enabling us to access the desired information. And this is how we reference a property in Excel VBA. This string here is incompatible with the file copy function that we want to use. We need to make a few transformation steps and change it to this. Let's think about how we can do this. We need to remove the first portion of the string. Then, replace all the forward slash with backward slash. You may also notice that there's a %7d substring which is a Unicode within the string. And that should be a closing curly bracket based on the location name. So, to make it compatible with the file copy function, I will remove all the characters after the last slash and replace it with the location name or the actual file name. Now that we have a clear understanding of the steps involved, let us return to the VBA editor and start implementing them. Before we proceed, let me declare some of the necessary variables and assign the properties that we will be using to these variables. Let me add some comments to document the required steps. Now that we have all the steps clearly stated, let me write the corresponding VBA codes. Based on the index of the last backward slash, we can remove the file name from the end of the string. Next, we will replace all the backward slash with forward slash. Then we will remove the portion of the string before our C drive. Finally, by combining the transform string and the actual file name, we can obtain the source file path. Now that we have our source file path ready to use, let us construct the destination file path. Before we proceed, let me add a few comments for clarity. This step is much more straightforward. We simply need to specify the folder path where we want to save all the PDF files. As for the PDF file name, I will just name it based on the sales order number and include the PDF extension. Next, by combining the destination folder path and the file name, we obtain the destination file path. With everything set, we can pass both the source file path and destination file path to the file copy function, and our script is now complete. To ensure that the script functions as expected, I will add some important variables to the watch window and set up a breakpoint. This allows me to monitor all the critical variables and ensure that they are assigned the correct values as we test and run our script. Let us have a check on the watch window. Now that we know everything is working correctly, I will open the folder containing the exported PDFs. Remove the breakpoint and continue running the script to confirm that everything, including the loop, is functioning smoothly and properly. That's it. All the PDFs in the sales order list have been successfully extracted to the desired folder. And that wraps up this video. In the description box below, I will provide you with the workbook with the completed script for your reference. If you are interested to learn more about SAP GUI Scripting, be sure to check out the related videos in my channel. My name is Joel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful, and consider subscribing if you want to stay updated with future content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.